This is Country Music Internet Television, and this is our first show of our very first season. Glad to have you with us. We've got a musical guest coming up a little bit later on. An up-and-comer, which you may or may not have heard about. It's got a brand new CD. We'll talk about that coming up as well. But first of all, what we want to do is introduce the guy who started this all off, the guy with the idea, Paul Anthony, the executive producer of the show, Country Music Internet Television. And Paul, welcome to your show. And first of all, tell us a little bit about how this got going.
Well, it's interesting, with the evolution of Canadian country music, be it new country or classic country, there's beginning to be less and less platforms for people, artists, writers to get their message or their music or their story out there. So with the onset of certain broadcasting platforms not there anymore, fading away, it leaves a grand opening for a show like this to make sure that we can create a platform for writers and singers in Canada. And that's really the whole idea. You know, we can all remember the days of Hee Haw or the Marty Stewart Show down in the United States of America. You know, and in Canada, there's not a whole lot of that left anymore. So I think what's really needed is a platform to help Canadian artists.
I know what you did originally. You had the idea. How did this the conversation go as far as what do you think we should do this? How did that develop?
Well, I think what I first thought was, you know, we have, you know, the onset of the onset of Canadian country music video content not being aired much in Canada anymore. I thought, you know, wouldn't this be a wonderful idea to put together a program where we could invite artists to the show? They could have a little chat with us or chat with you as being the host on the show about what they've done, how they're started in the music industry, what's evolving for them, both new country and classic country. And I think this is an opportunity for folks to get involved, and this is really what's lacking in Canada.
Now, you leaked the idea for this show out there to the music people out there. What's the response been so far? It's
been absolutely crazy. And this is a good indication to let me know as a producer to say there's something really lacking in Canadian country music, be it new or classic, is there's no grandstand or platform that people can get involved with to get their launch off the ground to tell the world. And really this is what it's all about. So a few days ago I put out a couple of test submissions to the internet, and the response has been overwhelming. It's been absolutely amazingly positive, and there's people from British Columbia to PEI, Newfoundland, wanted to get involved on the show, and it's going to be great not just for people who are in the music industry, but also people who'd like to tailgate on this show, who are interested in country music, be it business or whatever.
And it'll be interesting that even if you lived on the East Coast or in British Columbia, you could be through Skype or something like that, be part of the show, not have to travel.
Oh gosh, no. And this is the nice thing about the internet. You know, we can have people on the show who are in Germany or who are in British Columbia. This is all done digitally, so this is going to be amazing. And when people say, well, what kind of crowd will you have? It'll be millions because it's the internet. What number can you establish on that viewership? It's unlimited. It's amazing. It's truly amazing. I'm excited about this program.
Now, when people watch the show, what's the format? What are they going to see?
Oh, well, they're going to see a guest. They'll see a few commercials, but not many. They'll see the guests on the show. One guest will be someone from the classic country music genre. One will be from new country, so we can kind of please everyone in that country music world as much as we can. We'll have them play maybe a guitar, one or two new songs, maybe talk about their tours or their latest record or what's going on in their musical career that we can help them tell the world.
All right, now just one final thing. How can people get a hold of you if they're musicians who want to be part of what's going on, if they're people who are lovers of country music, they want to know what's going on, latest news, when's the new show appearing, that kind of thing. How can they get all this information?
Well, they can they can email me right now is probably the best thing to do, and it's CMiTV@cashmusic.ca, and they can email me their interest, be it advertising or if they'd like to be on the show, and they can send that email with what their thoughts are, what they'd like to do, ideas that they may want to contribute to make the show a little better as we evolve. But no, they can get a hold of me, or they can visit Paul Anthony on Facebook. We do a Johnny Cash show, and people pretty much know that now. And keep in mind, now this is worldwide. This is not just some local broadcast thing. This is something that people will be able to get their music out there to the world, and I think that's what's lacking in Canada. And I think this is the evolution of CMiTV, country music internet television.
Okay, very exciting times coming ahead of us. We're going to take a short break, and we'll have our first artist, Shaylyn, coming up very shortly.
Hey folks, Austin Crumb here with a little Tennessee flat top box for Paul Anthony's Country Music Internet Television.
You're watching Country Music Internet Television, providing worldwide support and promotion of new and classic country music.
Welcome back. I'm Steve Ruddick. This is Country Music Internet Television, and our very first musical guest is a young lady from the Hamilton area, Shaylyn. Nice to meet you. Great to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Always nice to see some up-and-coming singers, but also someone who's really has really got her at least one foot in the classics kind of Western music. We'll talk a bit about that. But first of all, you're a young person just starting out, more or less. You got a CD. We'll talk about that in a second. However, we want to know how you got rolling in the music business.
Yeah, when I was about 10 years old, I did the karaoke and the open mic night thing, and that all changed when I met my manager, Paul Decker. So I went to a Cash show, and after the Cash show, I spoke with him about the show and how he inspired me, and how Johnny Cash is my favorite artist, and how I love to sing and inspire others. And a few months later, he began to manage me, and that's when music really started to take off.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of neat. So let me ask you about the fact that you really like the classics. The young people tend to drive and move towards the new country, but you sort of like the classic stuff. What do you like about that as opposed to new country?
Yeah, I think the classics are more of stories, and so each song tells a story, and you can really feel how the artist is feeling and what happened to them, and I think it's pure and honest, and I think I'm an old soul, so I relate to that stuff more. I should have been in that era, really. And because Johnny Cash also is my favorite artist, I listened to other artists around that time too, and I fell in love with him like I did for him. So.
Mm-hmm. Now you did what a lot of people do: sang in the shower, sang in the car, sang at home, even went to karaoke, which a lot of people will do. But that's as far as they go. They didn't take the next step and say, "Well, I want to do more than that." What made you decide that that's something you wanted to do?
When I was little, my Nana would sing to me all the time. I'd sit on her lap and we'd sing for hours. And unfortunately, she's no longer with me. But it's nice for me because music is something that her and I shared, and it's something that people share. And even though she's not here with me today, I can sing and inspire people and always have her with me through my music and through my songs. And I can inspire others and maybe others who've lost people as well. It's something music is something everyone can relate to. So I want to inspire people and make them, fall in love with music and songs and come together. So.
And one of the songs on your new CD, I think, is about your Nana, isn't it?
Yeah, it's called Nana's Little Girl, and it's just the story of her and I. And like I said, just about how music really kept us to have a close relationship.
So first of all, tell us a little bit about going into the studio, because not only going into the studio, but she had some number one people on deck with her. You had Wendell Ferguson, who's a Hall of Famer, Country Music Hall of Fame, a guitar player. You had Doug Johnson, one of the top steel players around. Sue Leonard, backup singer for K.D. Lang, among other people. How was that?
Yeah, no, that was definitely a day I won't forget for sure. And to have so many talented people and good people all together in the same room doing something we love was definitely remarkable. But they not only were they good musicians, they were even better people, and they were just so kind to work with, and the experiences they had and the advice that they gave me, and I shared some things with them, and for them to make my original song come together the way it did, and because it means so much, because it's for my Nana, it was truly a remarkable day, and I'm very glad I've met all of them.
And you had your CD release party, which was kind of a highlight. We'll talk a bit about that in just a second. But I want to touch base on the fact that you did write, although you used classics on your CD, you did write the one song.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about writing music, because a lot of young folk want to get into music. They want to be able to write their own stuff and not just do covers. But it's saying, how do I do this?
I wouldn't say there's any particular way to write a song. There's no rules. I personally just tell a story, or it's something I've experienced, or something that someone else has experienced, a way I'm feeling, or something I'm thinking. And I don't make any set times. I'm going to write from 8 to 10. I don't do that. And when it comes to me, that's when I decide to write. And I'm pure, and I'm true to myself, and I just write exactly how I'm feeling. It's all honest. And I think, if someone's looking to write a song, if they just, there's no right or wrong lyric. It's just basically how you feel. So when you write, you're just sharing from what's inside your heart, and music speaks sometimes better than words does. So I think when a writer knows that they've got a song, they'll just know. It will just come to them.
Mm-hmm. Now, how can people follow you on social media? What have you got going? You got a website? You got a Facebook page? What?
Yeah, I have a Facebook page. It's just Shaylyn. So I also will be getting an Instagram page, which is also just my name, just Shaylyn. And they can contact me there and see where I'm playing and what I'm up to next, and ask if they have any questions or any suggestions or anything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, we're going to take a short break, but can I get you to grab your guitar and play a song for us?
Absolutely.
Would you do that off the new CD?
You got it.
Okay, Shaylyn's going to be back with us in just a few moments to play something off her brand new CD. So, don't go away.
You're watching Country Music Internet Television, providing worldwide support and promotion of new and classic country music.
Welcome back to Country Music Internet Television. I'm Steve Ruddick, and the name of the CD is Lovin' the Legends. Shaylyn, here it is right here. Freshly minted out there right now. You can get a copy of it as well. Check our website. We'll talk about that in just a second. Now, just tell me a little bit about the song you're going to sing for us today. And we do have Paul back in, who's going to accompany you on guitar. So that's kind of neat. So what are you going to sing for us?
Yeah, I'm going to do my favorite song by my favorite artist. So I'm going to do Folsom Prison Blues by Johnny Cash. It's actually the first song on the album, so why not start with that one?
Okay, let's go.
Hear the train coming, it's rolling around me. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when, and I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But the train keeps on rolling, and I'm saying I'm told, and I was just a baby. My mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno
stepping in to help out
You're
here.
welcome, you're welcome.
Name of the album, name of the CD is Love and the Legends, brand new out there on the market right now. And Shaylyn, how can people follow you on social media?
Yeah, I have a Facebook page. It's just Shaylyn. I'll also be getting an Instagram page, which is also just Shaylyn. So people can follow me on there to see what I'm doing and where I'm playing and what's coming up next.
Well, it's very exciting to watch a young up-and-comer. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Have to have you back again.
Thank you.
And look forward to 2018 for some neat things happening in your career.
Thank you very much.
And thank you also, everybody at home, for watching us here today on Country Music Internet Television. You can follow us also on social media, Facebook, YouTube, at CMiTV. And we'll be back shortly with another couple of guests coming up in our next program. So please stay with us. And again, follow us on social media so you can catch us. And thanks for being with us. And we'll see you the next time.